All right, let's jump on in there. Oh man, the houndstooth is really throwing me off. Like the whole outfit is kind of throwing me off. Let's get these tunes down a little bit. It's still a little bit loud in here. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. Today is going to be interesting because today we're running a mini poll to get an idea of how y'all feel about the moves of the past 2 days. Like, is it adequate? Is it good enough? Or does it make you want to do like that cloaking event and just disappear? Does it make you just want to disappear? So what I did has been a theme for us is I actually made a poll. I actually made a poll for us. And we're going to use a Google form. I'm not trying to turn this Google form into a massive rollout like we did the last one. It's going to be a very basic Google form here. I'll show you what it looks like that I've created. Actually, let me clean up the sides of this a little bit. Let me knock this on down a little bit and make it into we'll just put this here in the corner of the show today. There we go. Bam, right there up in the corner. Did it work? And I'll periodically share the link out to this. And if y'all don't want to click off the screen to do that, that's fine. You can put your answer in the chat. But just a rough idea, because I'll be honest, personally, I come to this and go, not near enough. Honestly, I'll just go ahead and tell you where I'm at. I'm still irate. Like, I'm at the not at all stance. But I realize that I can't be so naive or even narcissistic to think that my opinion is the opinion. And I talked to several players over the past 24 hours who are actually really excited about getting the week-long bonus refinery. And I know for a lot of players, some of the biggest issues this month don't even affect you. So I want to know, because it's not just at the end of the day, it's not just about are they doing enough? It's are they going in the right direction with what they're doing? And I'll be honest, bonus refineries are fantastic. Bonus refineries are fantastic. But at the end of the day, and I know I overuse that phrase all the time, bonus refineries are fantastic, but are they actually fixing the problems enough to where players care enough to stay? I'll be honest, one of my greatest fears, my biggest fears over the past week has been that this update pushes the players to this is what kills the game. And when I say kill the game, it's not going to end within a year. The game's not ending within, it's not going anywhere, y'all. But every game reaches a plateau point where it goes from growing to declining. And I worry that this could be that point. I do want to very, very strongly iterate that would still probably take 3 or 4 years for that to happen. But I'm trying to gauge if we're getting in that direction. Does any of that make sense to y'all? Does all that make sense? I hope I'm not sounding like too ambiguous or anything. But 25 responses so far. And the reason that I did the poll like I did, is to gauge honesty from all of y'all. That makes sense. To gauge honesty from all of y'all. And I think the game now more than ever needs a very, very difficult brush with reality. So it's going to be interesting, I would say. So we'll just kind of see how that ends up going. But yeah, we'll periodically drop that link here and there. Brian says, started playing Diablo this month at STFC, and it feels like our server is even more dead than usual. Well, Brian, I can say this, and I'm not promoting you to go to the game because I'm not leaving Star Trek Fleet Command for 2 reasons. One, obviously Star Trek Fleet Command is the main thing that I do YouTube content on, but more importantly for that, it is the best, in my opinion, as bad as it is the best Star Trek game on the market. And hopefully better Star Trek games come along. But to me, it is still the best Star Trek game, and I am in love with the Star Trek franchise. There's so much that Star Trek has done for me personally that I love it. I'm not leaving it, and that just is what it is. I'm not telling anybody else they have to. I do want to continue fighting for this to get better, but I also want to know what everybody thinks. So right now, if y'all could answer in the poll, if you get a chance at any point in time, we'll say just stick to the 3 answers that we have. And I'll be honest, there have been answers that say yes. People are saying that they're happy, and I want honesty there. What I want is honesty. I want y'all to give me the truth, nothing but the truth, and let me know what you think. So yeah, good times. And feel free in the chat. Cameron says a bonus refinery, yet not fixing how crap uncommons drop. Well, look, those are 2 different things and 2 different issues. Yeah, uncommons in refinery suck, but the bonus refinery, you have a week long right now. You have a week long guaranteed uncommons and rares. That's how the bonus refinery works. It gives you guaranteed uncommons and rares. So like right now, 150,000. Yeah, that's a lot of raw, but I just got a guaranteed 76 and 4. It's not the best pull, but it's a pull. So here's 97 uncommon. I mean, I can use that. I need to go mine more ore. Just got 120. Of course, I get the most ore for when I don't have any actual ore mined. I'm just going to turn all my ships into freaking miners this week, apparently. I'm just going to be pulling out every ship that I have to go mine ore and everything. So Billy says, still got significantly lower the match required for those new researchers or remove the material research. Billy, that was something that DJ harped big on. And not to be the negative Nancy, I struggle to see them removing the materials completely. While I agree that that should have been how it rolled out, they definitely need to significantly lower the amount in there. I mean, significantly. I mean, y'all saw, I'm assuming everybody here in the chat saw the video that me and DJ put out showing mathematical examples of what made this so bad, right? Y'all saw the mathematical examples of the cost that made this so just egregiously wrong. I don't think they're going to take it all away, but if we can make some form of change there, that is a partial win. That's a partial win. Mal says, still missing Pike event rewards. There should be an announcement hopefully today on that. I can't really go any further. I can tell you that they know about it. They're going to fix it and they are going to rectify it. I can't say anything more than that. Yeah, Billy, 40,000%. That was just for one of them. So horrible returns. Horrible returns. Bonus refinery is great, but dry docks at my level require 90,000 common crystal. Yeah, Jeff, I know that life. I'm in the 40s as well. So I understand that life. And I just want to go ahead and point to y'all that for those who are participating, if y'all want to share out this with other people, like if y'all want to share out, by the way, some of y'all are putting in like bonus answers. Please don't put in bonus answers. Like don't use other, because that makes it hard to track. Because if 3,000 people all put in an other, we're going to run into issues. So just stick with yes slightly or not at all. That way I can get a concise idea. Because right now we've got, and I'm not disrespecting these answers, just to read off the answers, but somebody manually put in the changes are okay, but still not the fix, the underlying issues, which is fine. That's a legit answer, but because nobody else can see that, it's just going to be a one-off. There's also one that says, it's hard to be irate when the ineptitude of Scopely and their inability to do proper R&D before launching is now the norm and not the exception. A bonus refinery helps some, but again, it shouldn't be necessary if they develop the game better. Once again, I agree with that, but that's going to be one vote amongst hundreds, so it's going to get lost. So if y'all stick to the other three and then voice your thought out opinions here, and if y'all want to share out the form, that's also fine. I'm not using this as a go to Scopely and fix all these issues. It's more of a trying to help them understand if what they're doing is enough, if that makes sense. So that's my attempt. That's where my goal is here, is to get this game better for all of y'all. And as we're going through this, gave my response. They change to the particles only a small fix to a much larger problem, and it feels like they are doing their best to ignore the problem, the return on investment. Axe, I'll be 1,000% honest. I don't even think that's being hidden. If you're Scopely, you want to, look, just me giving my opinion, but if you're Scopely, you want to get away with the research tree staying as much as it is if they can. The reason being, you want that research tree to stay because it's going to cost players a ton of money. So you want that to stay there. Am I going to have to bring my Valdor to pop off your little D4 every time it comes around? All right, Sheepy. That's cool. I can take you down with my Valdor. That's no big deal. But they obviously want to keep it. So it takes the players showing their level of frustration to prevent that from happening. And that's what this poll kind of is are y'all feeling enough to go, nope, this isn't working. Sources submitting, not making a difference, stuck at the 49 insane requirements and won't help out a lot. Agreed. I'll be honest. I still, to this day, am not researching this research tree. I'm not. I am not investing money in this research tree. I'm not. That's my personal decision. Y'all can choose to agree with that or not. Y'all can choose to follow that or not, whatever. But I'm not dumping any money into this until they fix it. And if that means I ignore it for the rest of the game because I'm standing on my principles, then fine. I'm going to ignore it for the rest of my game and stand on my principles and have no regrets. But that's what I'm doing about it. Roboski says, if the new content stays the way it is, my game will end at level 39. And that's a worry for me because honestly, there's a ton of fun up in the 40s. But if you ruin the reasons to go up there, I mean, and I feel like that's what this tree can do. Nightwatch says Diablo 3 model will probably kick in soon to make high-end stuff available earlier and easier to get to keep a base of players. And D3 is free to play. I thought Diablo 3 you still had to buy the game, but that game's also been out over a decade, and I don't think we're near that level. Scott says they need to reduce the resource cost to make the return on investment in line with other research comparable. Simple as that. Scott, I agree with you. It's something that we harped on quite a bit in the video that I put out this week with DJ. I just don't know how far they're willing to meet on that ground. But we continue pushing for it. Toonworld says, could you please tell Scopely that if they're going to lock mission hostiles to one system, make sure all levels of hostiles in that system count towards the mission. Yes, that's another problem this month that is quite frustrating. Quite frustrating. That was that one didn't even make much sense to me. Like, that's a common sense thing. Like, how does that get past quality control? So I told my alliance if they wish to boycott with us, don't do the tree. Let's see how many follow. Yeah, go for it. That's what y'all want to run through. Lynn says, being lower level, the Strange New World mission is impossible. Scopely knows and still makes us contact customer support every time we can't get past the level. The timer on the mission doesn't change. Can't finish it. Sorry to hear that, Lynn. All I can say is that that's what they told us, that if you want to pass the mission, like if you can't, you contact support, they'll manually push you past it. And John, I'll be honest, I'm enjoying the heck out of Diablo Immortal. I'll look, I'm a mobile gamer. I like free-to-play games. I know how they work. I know how to not get caught in the epic spending, but I enjoy it. You're mostly upset that I can't do the Strange New World mission hostile. Like I said, Efraf, if you cannot message customer support, they'll manually progress you past that point. Is the pattern buffer pack worth it? 100% no, in my opinion. Look, the holodeck is a new feature. Anytime new features come out, they're going to charge for it. No, I would not be recommending that you go out and buy this to do old missions. Just out of principle, I would not recommend doing this to go buy old missions. I just don't. I know it's a $20 pack. Buy a battle pass. If you want value, buy a battle pass. Buy a battle pass. Fruit Bundle saying that the guarantee X and then giving less when they give TPs are not enough to convert to master guarantee search. Billy, it does work like that. I've tracked that problem for over a year, man. It's a display issue when it tells you you're not getting enough, but you actually add them up, you're getting enough. I've yet to find it to where it's actually not giving enough. I've run through that a year with a lot of players. Will, all I can say is that they're working on that. I know that's frustrating. It's not giving you an answer. They're supposedly fixing it and supposedly we'll have an answer for that soon. But that's all I can really say. That's all I can really say. Took 2 days for customer support to get back to me on the mission hostile. Yeah, Sean, I will say customer support is overloaded. And I actually feel really bad for customer support that they threw this on them to get it done. I think it's very unfair to add to customer support's workload because game design messed up. And for them to say, oh yeah, customer support, just manually fix it. I think that's pretty messed up, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm 39 and seriously unhappy with an arc that contains nothing for me, so I haven't been playing Diablo instead. Well, and I'm not trying to plug a different game because like I said, I play multiple games. I'll be streaming Diablo Immortal tonight. We have a clan in Diablo Immortal. It's called Team RD. We're on the server Hand of Justice if y'all want to play. It is free to play and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. If y'all want to hang out, we have areas for that game in my Discord. But yeah, I'm still sticking with STFC. Dennis says, I bought the holodeck pack for the missions, but the uncommon gas that I needed was a better value than the $100 pack. Cool. Yeah, that works for me, man. I don't like rewarding the idea that a new mechanic needs $20 or $100 to participate in. That's a personal decision for me. I'm not going to like have any issue with somebody else who goes a different route, but the rage is more directed at bugs, botched events launches, botched rewards, botched redemptions that are now daily. Give me a game that works. As a dashing ginger prophet once said, standards. Yep, standards is big. Y'all know I'm sticking to the standards argument, and I am constantly griping at them about this. I can't really say much. I can tell you, here's what I can say. There have been, because, and I mentioned this before, a lot of the problems this month are problems from 8 months ago. There are a lot of new people who have joined the company who I'm excited about joining the company, and I can't go into specifics, obviously, on that. But there are people who are giving me hope that in the next few months, things are better. I can't really go past that. And I can't even say it's certainty. That's just a hope. But try my best to help lower level players by giving them Cerrito support and help them crew their ships. Sorry to hear that, Omar. But I appreciate you working with your community on that. They have standards, just not my standards. Well, maybe they should get my standards so that this game continues to live and thrive. How about that? Maybe Rev knows best. Cryo says they're going to buy the Battle Pass and monthly June reward chest. The Elite chest for June and the Battle Pass are good values. I would say that those are good values. Thank you, Wolf. I mean, all I can do is hope too. And I know it's going to sound like I am coming from a biased position because obviously as a content creator full time, you know, I want this game to be successful. So I want people to stick around, but I've talked to people who have been quitting and I understand their frustrations. All I can hope is that the things that I'm doing to make things better, especially over the next couple months, causes some of those people who quit to come back and be happier. That's all I can honestly hope for, you know? Can we get the bonus refinery permanently? Zero chance of that. What, Ro? Zero chance. There's literally, I'm not trying to be a butthole here, but there's no chance they're going to do that. Absolutely none. So I'm not trying to be negative, but there's literally no chance that that's going to happen. They're not going to give you a permanent bonus refinery. The week-long one is the longest we've ever had in 3+ years. Wolf says the bonus refinery to me is a shiny distraction from the real problems. I'll tank the refinery, but it doesn't change my feelings. Yeah, for sure. And put that in, that's one of the options I put in for the poll is that, hey, slightly, makes you feel better, but more needs to be done in terms of did it work? But there's nothing wrong with that answer. Can we praise the bonus refinery and crap on the amalgam refinery and its RNG? No, I'm not going to spend time, crapping on the amalgam refinery, to be honest, because the amalgam refinery is old news. Like, we know it sucks. Has nothing to do with the reason June sucks. So yes, while the amalgam refinery sucks, we're not focusing on that today. We're focusing on the past 2 weeks, issues being so egregiously bad that people are leaving the game. And the amalgam did not do that. The amalgam refinery did not do that. It sucks, but the amalgam refinery did not do that. And I think that we need to focus on the real issues today. Last month, if you said ask for a bonus refinery, I would have laughed at you and said no chance. Yeah, I mean, this does point to Scopely recognizing how frustrated the players are. The fact that they launched a bonus refinery that lasts a week shows that they get how pissed off everybody is. But the key is, how much change can we listen? I can tell you this. A lot of conversations are happening. I can't guarantee those conversations are going to give us what we want, but it is making them listen. I can say that, y'all. Look, they are forced to listen right now. It's not just Rev saying that. They're listening. And if the voice of anger continues to be as loud as it is, and if people keep leaving the game, they will have to change things. They simply won't have an option. So the changes in the last couple of days go a long way toward improving the arc for mid-30s players. The extended bonus refinery is huge, worth at least a bump of a grade level. See, Guru, I respect that. For me, my month is still an F. The bonus refinery for me personally does not make this month better. It doesn't. Do I love the bonus refinery? Yes. Am I taking advantage of the bonus refinery? You bet your bottom dollar I am. But does it make me feel better? Does it make me feel okay with any of it? No, it doesn't change my feeling of the arc personally. Now, it is completely okay for you to have a different opinion. And that's the whole point of the poll that I have up right over there. Because if you feel like this helps you, vote yes. And look, and the reason I like anonymous polls is I have 140 people who have voted so far. And believe it or not, there is a percentage of people who have voted yes, that the bonus refinery in the past couple days updates have made them feel happier. Now, it's nowhere close to a majority percentage, but they're there. So I think it's important to see that. And I think it's important to get those responses. Garrett says that yesterday a second teammate quit. My goal is to stymie the bleeding, put a patch on it, and get everything fixed. That's what I'm personally working on, is to getting that done. Bonus is just putting lipstick on a pig. History shows that they will talk about stuff coming soon, yet not really do anything would change, in your humble opinion. Kindness, I agree to an extent. In the past year, we've had more community feedback lead to direct changes than ever before. And I know I keep harping on this, so people are just going to say that Rev is, all up in his head and everything. But if you look at the survey that I did 2 months ago, we've already had multiple things come from that survey as a result of that survey, from what they tell me. I mean, EcoBoost and the devs tell me that the survey where 9,000 of you responded helped push a lot of change, like the 4-star nodes coming sooner, the transporter patterns coming in. There's more things I can't talk about yet that are happening that I'll talk about at the end of the month. That's really good. So they are doing that recently, but at the same time, while they're doing that, they released this foobar cluster F of terribleness. Brian says, I could live with a dull month if they focused on fixing some of the bugs in the game. Brian, you say that, and I agree with you, but their internal studies disagree with you. So I'm with you. I'm with you. Here's the funny thing for me. I don't mind research. I don't mind more research, even new trees and minimum research buffs. I like research, but the cost has to be in line with the benefit. And yes, Wolf, that is something that we have all been hitting on heavily lately. The cost has to provide benefit, and it simply has not been. Simply has not been. Treasury lockbox is a complete joke. I'm supposed to pay 20 euros and don't even get 3-star mats. Well, Legendary Scott, remember the treasury is based on your personal spending as well as your server's age. There's several factors that go in there. Me, this treasury, which I'll have to turn off the survey for y'all to see real quick. Mine is a fantastic $100 value if I choose to spend $100. Mine's a fantastic $100 value if I choose to spend the $100. I'm not telling people to do it. My treasury is great. Some people's treasuries are terrible. And I think they got to find a balance for that. Yeah, Frederick, look, I can't speak to that. I really can't. But their internal analytics are what drives this game. And that's with any company. It is frustrating. Where's the link to the poll? Nathan, I'm posting it manually. Everybody is welcome to share this out with their Discord and their alliance if y'all want to. I'm not trying to make a massive 9,000 person poll like we did a few weeks ago. I'm just trying to get a gauge for my own personal knowledge from y'all. You have 1,800 broken Acelia rods. Is that about right since its release? Roy, yes. Unless you had extra 30-day, photon tokens to turn in, then yeah, you should be around 1,800. Materially speaking, Scopely messing up with the new content for higher levels and event rollouts and trying to buy forgiveness with bonus refineries has left me way better off. It just feels awful to me. I understand that. I mean, I will also add real quick that giving y'all the bonus refinery is not like game design trying to get y'all to suck it up. That is EcoBoost engine trying to improve sentiment when he sees massive flames. So I want to give Eco credit for that. The bonus refinery is not the game as in the game design who made the horrible galaxy tree going, well, here's a refinery, suck it up. It's Eco trying to go, holy crap, things are bad. We've got to make them feel better right now. And I respect it because remember, and with this can get lost, Scopely is not one person. There is game design, there's economy pods, there's ops people who do the everyday events, there's community management, there's customer support. There are layers to all this. So Eco is trying to make things better as quickly as he can. Game design is over here screwing things up. And that's why I've been really harping on game design lately. Scopely needs to learn a little something from Yoda. There is no try, only do or do not. You messed up the quote, Sean, but I respect where you're going with it. But it's do or do not, there is no try. Not there is no try, only do or do not. Scopely is an onion? Yes, private piles. That's exactly what I was saying. The new research is something we should do levels 1 and leave it for 53 to 54 plus. Vladimir, I strongly disagree with that. Because Scopely, as we were just talking about internal analytics, Scopely tracks completion rates. Scopely tracks how many people are engaging with the research tree. I can't tell people to not spend, but I can tell you this. Do not participate in the damn research tree. Leave it alone. Don't do level 1. That is showing that people are engaging in the research tree. Do not touch it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you want to buy packs, it's your prerogative. I can't tell you to not spend money. But leave the daggone tree alone. If you go do 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, that counts as engagement. They track that, and that tells them that people are going to do it anyway. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. If you want Rev's advice, leave it alone. Leave all these alone. Don't research even level 1. I did number 1 because, well, it was day 1. But I'm not doing any of these others. Leave it alone. If you start researching just level 1 of Pure Federation or level 1 of Storm Crusher, that counts to their analytics and it justifies what they've created. So that's why I am choosing to ignore it. Now, if y'all want to buy into the tree and spend money on the game, that's fine. That's y'all money. But if y'all want my opinion, leave the damn tree alone. Don't touch it. Because if you start touching it, they're going to be like, well, people are using it. No reason to change it. Just saying. That's how it works. Graduate K says, it's not advice. It should be gospel. Leave the Ops 40 research tree alone. Look, all I can do is give advice and tell you what I'm personally choosing to do and what the repercussions of that can be. Raven says, isn't it ridiculous that we must pay for a reward from finishing your dailies? Raven, honestly, don't think it's ridiculous just because it's a pack. That's all it is. It's just a pack. The treasury is just a pack. It's just unlocking you a bonus pack that has more value because you do more work. Jeff says, you know, whales have already bought in and gone deep in that tree. Very few have, Jeff. I've been talking to a lot of whales. Most of them are as irate as the regular player base, and they too are ignoring it. Even in my server, which I'm in the #1 alliance, which is a heavy spend alliance, I currently only have 30 rewards, and we can judge what those rewards are by what I pull from them. So if I go right now, here, let's just use these packs as an example, these Rhodinium packs. They pay out recruit tokens. Now, a lot of things pay out recruit tokens, but all those pay out recruit tokens. Here's the Rhodinium Elite that pays out a 15-minute speed up. So we can get a rough idea just based on my server, which is one of the heavier spending servers in the game. Yeah, so 10 packs, 15, but there's a lot that have 15-minute speed ups. But this is not a lot of sales for a Rhodinium pack. Because this is not all Rhodinium, that's not all Rhodinium. And even if it was, 25 amongst the Super Whale Alliance on server 20 is ridiculously low sales. Ridiculously low sales. To give you an idea of the power of my alliance in terms of where they're at, they are almost 6 billion power alliance with 96 people. A lot of spending in this alliance. Nothing wrong with spending. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot of spending in IA. And if that's where they're at, I'm telling you, the whales, the high-level spenders are not happy about this tree either. Sure, there are people who have bought into it. There's always been people who just do it. But that's one day, though. Dean, one day is nothing. There have easily been 200 packs bought in one day. Easily. On an average day. 25? 30? That's very freaking low. That's very freaking low. And I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with high-spending alliances and servers, but it is not rare to collect 200 to 300 reward boxes a day if you're in the #1 alliance on most servers. So let's go down here. Let's go down here. Vladimir saying, what's the difference between the combat extension and the galaxy tree? Well, we went over those numbers. We went over those numbers recently. This is not near as egregious as the 40,000% increase that we talked about last week. But any of the new research, I'm on the ignore. Any of it. Haven't broken the ceiling rods. You need 4,000. You need 4,000. The Cray Latinum is more worth than Rhodinium? Damn. I bought that holodeck pack. Ironically, the Latinum helped more than the missions. Well, hey, go for it. I mean, if you enjoyed that purchase, cool. What Scopely analytics do you think is the most prized for their decision making? Would you ever encourage your audience to hit Scopely's bottom line? So as anybody who works with a game, any content creator who works with a game cannot call for a spending ban. They're going to lose everything they have. So like all the access, all the good things that I've had help, y'all do the past 2 months. If I called for a spending ban, I'd lose all of it immediately, gone. So I'm not saying that y'all should go hit their bottom line, but I can tell you that they track participation in events. They track participation in research trees. They track engagement. They track spending. Those are all the analytics that matter the most to them. And y'all decide what y'all want to do with that information. But I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all to not spend money in the game, because I would then lose the ability to help y'all in the ways that I'm currently helping y'all. So, more worms? Yeah, y'all aren't enjoying hunting worms 2 days in a row? everybody's fate. Oh, wait, am I done? Do I not have to hit this worm? Am I done? Enough with the domination events? You've run out of stuff to build? Well, I do my domination events with officers, to be honest with you, because I can grind officer XP. But 24-hour bonus refinery once a week, permanent, yay or nay? Nay, as in it'll probably never happen. But sure, I love the idea. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I keep looking at the packs in the store and have to keep reminding myself that I'm not happy enough to spend more money. You should spend money on a game that makes you happy. And if Star Trek Fleet Command makes you happy, spend money. If Diablo Immortal makes you happy, spend money. Don't spend money because you have to. Spend money because you want to. And if you want to, I will never shame somebody for spending money. I don't care if you spend $20 or $200,000. It's your money. If you're happy, spend it how you want to. Spend it how you want. What do you grind? Officer XP? Tygo Core, Separatist Systems. A few different places you can grind Officer XP. Hot Wheels, I've heard that from a few different people, and it scares me. So, for those who still want to participate in that forum, a little under 200 people have responded so far, and the answers are it's quite interesting, actually. I expected more people to say that they are purely irate and that this hasn't helped at all, but you've actually got a significant amount of people who have said this has helped. So, yeah. Hey, Amber, good to see you. We've got a poll up if you want to use that pitchfork for something. To create arcs like this, do you think Scopely beats game design in the head with wooden bats or metal? Well, do remember that, and I mentioned this, Strange New Worlds coming out, they had to start working on Strange New Worlds months ago, but yet they weren't given the episodes or anything to work with. So you got to understand that Viacom CBS has a say in when stuff rolls out. So in terms of Strange New Worlds being the theme of this month, I don't really blame Scopely much for that. I blame them for what the content was, like the research tree and stuff. So, too much bullying in the game. Players always harassing players 10 levels below them. Scooby-Doo, that is not bullying. That is called, it's a PvP game. That is not bullying. PvP is not bullying. PvP is not harassment. And every time that argument comes up, I make sure to pull it out. That is not bullying or harassment. That's just a PvP game. Now, if they're doing anything in chat, private chats, alliance chat, galaxy chat, etc., changing their name, making alliances that are offensive, that is bullying or harassment. PvP in the game is not. Me getting blown up by higher level players by doing swarms and stuff is not harassment. You know, it's who do I even have anybody left in my logs because I've been doing a lot of grinding lately. But you know, when Chief's hatchet comes and hits me as a level 54, this is not bullying, y'all. This is not bullying. Chief Hatchet blowing me up with his coronar that I can't stop. That's not bullying. That's not bullying. I need to quit running events like Vessel Enhancement and Domination back to back. I will agree that the tent pole for this arc was not set up in a very good way. It was not set up in a good way. To even understand how to fix this cluster bomb. I hope so, Hot Wheels. That's what I'm pushing for. STFC is not a PvP game. It's a PvE game with PvP elements. For good or bad, very little of the game is centered on actual PvP. That is the case for literally every PvP game or war game in existence. Like real war, less than 10% of your stuff is going to be combat. It is a PvP game. It's literally in the description of the game. It is literally a PvP game. Like every real war situation, preparation, logistics, etc., is more of what you end up doing than actual combat. That's the case for everything. Like if you go play Hearts of Iron, I'm gonna spend more time building industry, working on politics, and etc., than I am actually fighting in the battle. That's just normal. That's just how it is. That's every game. Still a PvP game. Eve Echoes is the same way. Eve Online, one of the greatest PvP games of all time. You're gonna spend more time sitting on nodes and sitting in the trade market than you are actually doing battle. Exactly what Tara said. If it was just straight PvP, as in like you just load up and go fight players, there would be no game. Hey, Shryax, good to see you. Part of the reason the bonus refinery has helped a little is I'm currently uncommon resource poor and it's hampering my progress. Yeah, look, there's nothing wrong with y'all being honest and saying, yeah, the bonus refinery helps me. There's nothing wrong with that, which is why I made this poll anonymous. This poll's anonymous. Anybody can put their answer in and be honest. Anybody can put their answer in and be honest, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So just go in and be like, hey, This is how it is. This is how I feel. Nobody's going to know. I'm not going to go tell anybody your answers or anything. Y'all are all good. So don't feel like, you know, this is going to be something where people secretly hear that you love everything STFC is doing. I mean, if you truly think that this made it better for you, then fine. Go vote. Do your one vote in the poll and make it known how you feel. Make it known how you feel. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I don't want people to feel there's anything wrong with that. I want y'all to feel like you can be honest about the game and about everything that has happened. So, yeah. Anyway. I don't have the poll on the screen anymore, do I? I'll put the poll back on the screen here in a second. Oh my goodness. Stinky game. How am I supposed to eliminate a hostile whose hull regenerates after every engagement? Mike, you kind of speaking generically there. Is there something specific you're having trouble with that we can help you with? I agree that bonus refinery is giving players a benefit, including me, but seeing the content that's down the road, I'm not enthusiastic about going above level 39. I love that honesty. I really do love that honesty. Let me put this back on the screen. If y'all are curious, the link I've been periodically putting in the chat, feel free to share it out with everybody if you would like. But you like the week-long bonus refinery? Great. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But the main question is, do you feel like the week-long bonus refinery fixed anything? Do you feel like the week-long bonus refinery fixed anything for you? Like, did it make you go, hey, the problems that we're having are okay now because of this, or is it not enough? That's where the poll's kind of centered around. Bonus refinery ship parts possible. We've not run one of those before. It would be great if we actually added it. The refinery is helping my game, but it doesn't fix when I go to work this week that the game is unplayable for me on my breaks or the horrible content. Big facts. The poll reflects that the main player base level, we are at level 20-35, so most of you have access to the part of the tree. Level 2, I can tell you that most of the player base is not that low. Most of the player base is not that low. How do I get my last 3 blueprints for Hijack Legionary? You already know the answer to that, Zulu. You've been around this game a long freaking time. You know the answer to that. Week on bonus fire doesn't fix the 2 million Powerballs. Yeah. And feel free to vote that way in the poll. Now, if you are stuck on that 2 million balls, remember you are encouraged to contact customer support. They will manually pass it up for you. There's another dev Q&A schedule sometime in the future. Here's the problem, Moflo. I've got a bunch of questions, but almost every question people are submitting is game design questions, not dev questions. So I've got dev questions, but I don't have access. Like, I can't do a Q&A with game design. Like, that's not something that we're allowed to do. So like, if you go into my Discord, there's a channel specifically for June dev Q&A, and almost everything in there is for game design. Does that make sense? You know, like, what I'd like to see is the ability for higher level players to move servers. That's a game design thing. That's not devs. So it's difficult right now to move all that together. So just between game design and dev. Yeah, Guru. Game design, the one who creates the content. So example, game design would be the research tree that you just had, the holodeck and how it works. You know, moving servers is game design. Devs are the ones who operate the events. Now, they have basic knowledge of the design aspects, but they're the ones who manage the events, like when Cosmic Cleanup runs and what you get in Cosmic Cleanup and when we run Armada events and, you know, how often we source Opus Grande skins. They're the ones who manage what you do every day. Game design is who creates what you do every day. Emperor Son, I'm not stupid. Already know that. Please don't try to correct me with your sarcastic winky face. Go away. Extra Cosmic Cleanups were nice. Will they stay? We'll find out later in the week. We'll find out later in the week. We'll find out later in the week. God, I hate people with their sarcastic ass winky faces. Like, go somewhere with that. So live ops, well, if you said devs most think game design, I think. Yeah, I get that, Fazonis, which is what most people would tend to think, but that's not how it works in gaming. So you thought dev would be game program UI? Yeah, I mean, now we can try to pass those questions along, but I don't have access to game design every day like I do the devs. And the devs can try to answer some of those in the basic form, but that's not their job. So what questions we should be asking devs? Fantastic question. Things that you should be asking devs are, why are we, domination style events? When are we going to have less spend events? How are we going to do better at sourcing armada directives, which we've talked about before, sourcing skins in the game, events that come around, all the stuff that exists, officer sourcing, all that is stuff that devs have control over. But asking whether or not they're going to allow you to move if you're level 45, move servers, that's not something they have control over. Yeah, Crucible of War updates, those are all things. Amber saying old arcs and running new arcs in between. That's all the dev team. That's all the ops team. So, and Scopely makes it kind of confusing as well. If you look at their Star Trek Fleet Command official Discord, at the top right where it says community manager and devs, that's all ops. There's very few game design that are actually just like monitoring your official Discord. I'm not saying game design's not there, but that's all the dev team, which is the ops team, managing the operations. When can we expect the less screen time to take effect? Aaron, that's a fantastic question for the dev team. Fantastic question for the dev team. Thank you, Roboski. I appreciate that. Up to a certain point, the whole of my target did regenerate, only the shield did. No idea what you're talking about, Michael. Once again, you're not being specific. Everything regenerates on a hostile. You don't kill it once, everything will regenerate. They forget about the AMS and AOBs this month. Only a single AOB runs the entire month. It's terrible. Thomas, that is a fantastic dev question. So we have in my Discord that channel, and I do plan on sending those questions in today. But the struggle is a lot of people are wanting to talk to game design, and that's just not something that Scopely is willing to do at this time. Developer questions would be why they run domination events back to back. Yeah, exactly. Devs or ops, it shouldn't matter. They should communicate with each other. That's part of the problem. Communication is not the issue. Understanding or giving an answer of how to fix things is. Somebody who runs events every day is not the person to ask, does the game have the ability to swap you a server? So, you wonder if there's a high turnover at Scopely? I mean, if you watch their LinkedIn profile, there's a lot of jobs getting posted. Any chance of doing Q&A with a VP level person over Scopely? Zero chance. Absolutely none. I could try to reach out to that as an individual, but as a content creator, like if I went and asked, my community manager, or I went and asked the dev leads that I work with, no chance they're going to give me access to a VP at Scopely. Zero chance. I can try to do that myself, but that still might cause problems. Like, why did you go do this? Can we ask them, when they'll be making Picard available? Yeah, Kip, you certainly can. You can ask about Picard and officer sourcing. That is a great dev question. Michael, simple answer is get stronger or use better officer combinations if that's available to you. Can't copy and paste the link. Please post in Discord. I'm not in Discord right now, but I can keep sharing the link. Picard event is a must-have. Well, they're probably not going to run a Picard event. What they could do is provide better sourcing for Picard. Well, I say they're not going to run a Picard event. You've had TNG themed weeks. Like last month during Anthology, we had a TNG themed week that allowed you to go after that. But what's more likely to happen is, can we get that added into other parts of the game? Does that make sense? That's more likely. That's more likely. Might just add something to the others. Bonus Refiner is nice, but what about us lower level players? What about y'all? What about you? I did get bumped past the big boss in part 1, but now I'm stuck on the boss in part 2, 750k, and I'm trying to figure out how to tag team it. Can you explain how? Not really, no. Not really, Otaku. Used to, you could run Yuki on one ship and then double tap with it, but that's kind of not really a thing anymore. You should be at level 25 able to kill a 750k hostile if you've got your officers and ships where they need to be. I mean, a half decent Kumari running the morale crew should be able to do that. But Corey, this is actually a fair statement. Why do they keep giving BPs players don't need, like ISS Jelly BPs, when they cannot be scrapped? I still get them at level 49. Steve, you know the loot tables are trash as much as I do. That is something I'm working on getting fixed. I don't have an answer of when that's going to be, though. Alex, I can almost guarantee you that a new ship coming in the game like the Defiant is going to be for high-level players. I mean, the absolute lowest you can hope the Defiant would be for is players in the 40s. And that's just going to be it. But we definitely are looking forward to maybe station skins. Alliance market, probably never going to happen. I feel pretty strongly that you're never going to get an Alliance market system. And I hope I'm wrong. Hell, I've submitted multiple entire designs for how a market or an inventory system can be set up for alliances. But I doubt you're ever going to get a full-fledged market. The closest you might get, because they were open to this when I shot them the idea before, is an alliance inventory system that was limited in what you could put in it. But we'll see. Anyone here, please post a link for the poll in Rove's Discord. Yeah, if y'all could help out Hot Wheels, I'd appreciate it. I don't have Discord up right now while I'm streaming. I've got multiple screens up, and it's difficult to navigate between them. I need to put up a third monitor, I think. What I would like to see is that once you max an officer, that Swarm Sunday moves to another officer. Swarm Sunday is something that we've been discussing with them about improving what is available, but I don't think that you're going to find it be a rotation thing. Yeah, Andy is right. Analytics are powerful. People complain about virtually everything, but not everyone in the player base agrees with that complaint. This is right. And I know not a lot of people like to hear this, but there have been plenty of times where there's been vocal outcry from the player base that their survey team said, no, we did a survey and people didn't say that. So it comes down to, as communities, y'all getting together and unifying your voices. Now, I will say when it comes to this current tree that we're talking about and complaining about, it's pretty daggum universal that everybody hates this extension tree for the research. And that's pretty rare to have all the players doing that. See, like Tumor says no to that. Swarm Sunday is a good transporter pattern source. Personally, I would like to change it. I personally would like to. But I understand that I'm not the only person with that opinion, that there are opposite opinions to that. They should add JLo to Swarm Sundays, as that's what she's for. See, I actually agree to that. I think it makes no sense that Khan is there. But at the same time, if you take Khan away, you just took away the best sourcing of a good epic officer. You know, Khan is used in Armadas, he's used in PvE, he's used in PvP. That's a good officer to take away for JLo, who's only used for one thing, which is swarms. How much would regular players need VIP whales to complain before it makes change? Well, both sides need to complain equally. You know, they introduce all these new officers, source them for the arc, part of the arc, and then almost never again. Well, JLo does have in-game sourcing. It's just ridiculously stupid. I don't know if y'all know this, but there is in-game sourcing for JLo. There is in-game sourcing for JLo. Yeah, and Draco's right. Draco is one of the VIPs. There's plenty of complaints. Question for them. When are we going to see the question for them about these stations like they put in the roadmap? Zebra D, I'm still waiting on that. I've been bugging them like, hey, you said you wanted feedback. How do I tell the people to give you feedback? And it's been a big nothing. It's been a big nothing so far. So, been a big nothing so far. And they break out TOS and TONG officers into separate officer pools like they did for Discovery. That way we can go after those officers we need instead of like the Ultra Recruits at a 73. So I can say this, Jedi, and you're not going to like this answer. It is designed how it is intentionally. It's designed how it is intentionally. This game wants to have elements of grind that encourage people to speed up that grind via spending. The reason the Discovery has its own set is because it has a ship and other mechanics connected to it. TOS and TNG do not. So Discovery has a set connected to it. Cerritos has a set connected to it. You know, research and a ship. Because TOS and TNG do not, at least right now, there's nothing to add in terms of a special for them. So they probably will not do that. Now, if they do revisit TNG, which I expect them to, maybe we get that type of addition. But at this point, I think it was just marketing speak, like give us feedback, and us taking it so literally is taking them aback. Maybe Fazonius, but at the end of the day, if it results in change, hey, it's a win-win for us, right? It's a win-win for us. I fear that every new content in the future will be accompanied by a new currency, which will drive away more and more people. Terra, they've been doing that for 3 years. And as much as people complain about it, it doesn't drive a lot of people away, apparently, because they're all still here. They've been doing that new currency thing for a long freaking time. So they could be more open about the quality control process. The only thing they need to do about the quality control process, I agree with you, is just be better at it, because quality control is terrible. That's what they could do. Be better at it, because it's just freaking awful. The officers being added are great, but still no sourcing for an uncommon like Ella Mackinnon. Agreed. Like I said, I am not saying that everything's figured out. I'm just saying that a lot of things are to plan, and we have to work outside of that plan. I just unlocked transporter patterns yesterday. With the added officers TP store, have your rankings changed? Yes, they have slightly, and I'll need to make another video for that. It has changed a little bit. They could have a quad. So that's actually what's more frustrating for me, Tomb World, is that Star Trek Fleet Command does have a quality control process. It's just terrible. That's what's frustrating. It's not that they don't have one. It's that they do have one, and it's terrible. That's the frustrating part for me. If they didn't have one, I'd be like, man, it makes sense why all these issues are bad. They just have one that's just freaking awful. They're just really bad. Graduate Case says DTO was talking through the Ops 40 stuff and almost came to the conclusion that something like this justified a new currency, so current player resources aren't stretched even thinner. I heard that argument. Do you know what's up with the SLB Pike avatars not paying out? Yeah, Chris, it's happened to everybody who won. They're working on it, and they're going to release a fix for it, and they should have a message that comes out. I'm hoping today. I don't know when they're going to come out with that, but they did tell me that they're going to address it. So they told me yesterday they were. When are they going to fix banners not being clickable? Billy, that's intentional, and thank God for it. Personal opinion, the banners not being clickable is one of the best things they've done ever. That was a big outcry from me and a lot of other people for a long time. I do realize that not everybody agrees. Some people miss the clickable banners. I absolutely love the banners are now smaller and not clickable. That is one of the few things about this month that came out that I went, holy crap, thank you. My personal take on it. I realize that not everybody likes that, but I am just beyond ecstatic about that. They should give us the option to turn it on and off more steps to see where I'm at in the leaderboard. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Not disagreeing with you. Sure, we could have more like options for that. But like, if I had to pick between having banners that were clickable or having banners that were not clickable, and those are my only options, not clickable. Maybe Scopa should hire Rev as QC. Nope, no thank you. Not interested. Once you get your front 100 free Cerritos blueprints, does the California event go away? No, it does not. The California event stays until the California event pays out 100 blueprints. The California event has to pay out 100 blueprints, and then after that, it goes away. For some reason, I need to go grind out my California class event. Also need to upgrade an officer so I can get... non-clickable banners are great. Like I said, and I'm not trying to say that if y'all disagree, you should suck it up. I think that everybody's opinion is important here. Just that personally, I thought that was a fantastic change, and I really was happy about it. I understand that I'm not the only player in this game. I'm building my Cerritos at the moment and still get that event to get more shards. Yeah, I've talked about a strategy on Twitch for that. I'm not going to repeat it on YouTube. But there's a strategy for that I hold pretty close. Go ahead and upgrade my badgie. My question regarding the QC issues, is QC catching it, but upper management is pushing it through anyway? Catching what? Because there's nothing to really catch with like the research tree. It works. It's terrible. Any thoughts on the idea of ISO efficiency research being added to the game like other materials on researches? I mean, that I have nothing against it. I would say that ISO is one of the easier things to grind and get through. Granted, that's a relative statement. Treasury pack has different rewards depending on where you buy it. What do you mean, Ed? What do you mean? You upgrade all these officers. We have another upgrade? Oh, I do. Dang, I didn't realize my Lursa was tier 3. I mean, she's not any good. I didn't realize she was tier 3. There's an effort associated with every issue to resolve it. They have to balance that with resources and ROI. I get that, Lyle, but when I'm complaining about QC, I'm more talking about the fact that like events are launching with buggy rewards or wrong systems. That's what I'm usually fussing at more. Is it possible to kill a 3 million yellow hostile at level 31 with a 1.7 mil Sally? That's pushing it, who's there? That's pushing it. Yeah, Billy, that is broken. When there's an event store, that's not an issue. So Saturday, that won't be an issue. Saturday, it'll be gone. Saturday, you'll be able to do that without a problem. But until they fix that, that is currently an issue. Let me see how far I've gotten in this domination event because I really try to. Ooh, I need to go to this. But yeah, that's another thing on the long list of Scopely, please, for the love of God, fix. It's on the very long list. Glad to hear Mama Baby doing well. Love you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Do you think they'll still ever unify the event store currencies instead of all these silly names? And that way the little bit you have left over carries the next one? No, I do not. No, I do not. They might recircle back on events that use the same currency, like when they redid the board, but I don't think that you're going to get a universal currency. I suggested that, but no luck so far. I've suggested, though, if it makes you feel better. I had a conversation with them about doing that. I haven't seen any traction on it, but it's been suggested, and hopefully they listen. Chat feature updates coming soon. Billy, I have no answer on that, but that would be that question you could actually probably throw to the dev team, because that would be something generic enough for them to know. I don't know if they'd be willing to answer, though. If you all remember, they really hate giving timelines on stuff. Kevin also loved that. I don't know if they do it intentionally, but like the fact that if I go into my items and I go under other, I've got so much random crap from so many different event stores and stuff. My Batleth tokens, random freaking tribbles. Oh my gosh. Gold coins, anti-protons, Terran Imperial credits. I've got so much random stuff. I still got 50 TNG recruit tokens. Mementos of Valor, Parisi Finals token. Talon Darsek, which is one we just had a couple months ago. I got so much random crap. I still got 2 duty ship tokens I forgot to turn in. Rip. What an idiot I was. 3D chess pieces. I mean, all kinds of random. Maybe I missed one. Why they still give us Doritos, even if I have one already. Because the California event is designed to give 100 blueprints. That's why. Ripper, I see you found your other account again. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? How many do I need to finish this domination event? A lot. I still got a lot more to go. So let's go back to upgrading officers. I would like a once a year trade-in event to clean up. So would we. I agree with you. Will they run the Cosmic Event Store 2 days again, or was that changed to 1 day permanent? What do you mean, Bayo? Cosmic Cleanup's always been a 1 day event that ran on Saturday, but the event store would last for 2 days to let you turn it in. Yeah, Ripper, I don't either. It's really weird. I mean, it's all good. As long as you're feeling okay, buddy. Maybe you just have them logged in on different computers, different browsers. Why doesn't taking events pay out 1 mil parcel anymore? That would be a great question for the dev team, which we'll turn in our dev Q&A today. Turn our dev Q&A today. If Ripper wants to share on that, I guess he can. But who do I want to upgrade? That's not on an away mission. TOS Kurt getting an upgrade is good. I really want to try to focus on upgrading ones that I use in away teams too, just for the stats. But TOS Kurt going to tier 2 will help a little bit. I've got the credits for it. Oh no, why they changed the resource amounts for ticket events month to month. Like I know the answer, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. Best suggestion for doing critical damage? Like in PvP, Honor Guard Wharf mixed with morale. I'm sorry, mixed with Hull Breach. I don't know why I said morale. Mixed with Hull Breach. Yeah, there you go, Ripper. There you go. You're good with math. Could you please explain scoping math to me? Every event where we need to hit Eclipse hostiles, it goes like 1 point for 1 damage. You hit a 6.5 mil minor, you get 5.x mil. I have to actually go run that and see what you're talking about, because damage has been a 1-to-1 correctly for a while. And yes, Chris, they did add Honor Guard Worf and several other officers to the Ultra Chest. I still argue that they need to improve the amount of payout in those chests. Oh, I've still got Mitchell. Mitchell's a decent away team's officer. I just hate spending all these daggone Federation credits. Are faction stores considered game design or good for dev Q&A? That's good for dev Q&A. Yeah, that's good for dev Q&A, Fielded. Ah, I see where y'all are going with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's hull damage. And if they're looking at the power of the hostile, that does not equate to hull damage. Good catch. Oh, crap. Who do I need to upgrade here? Who do I actually use? I see more for away teams. I guess I could do... This is Klingon credits. I'm trying to use my Klingon... whatever. Let's do it. Let's do it. This will finish me out. This will finish me out. I can use it on away teams. David's an IT nerd. There's nothing wrong with being an IT nerd. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. That should finish me, and we'll just save his stats for another run. What's my amalgam up to? I haven't even looked, honestly. Let's Okay, a random message. Okie dokie. While the chest pools cost the same, like lap pools, one chest will cost 96 and two chests cost 192, but then territory, one chest is 120, but two. So that's because if you want more, you pay a premium. Most games will give you a discount for buying in bulk. This game charges you a premium for buying in bulk, and that is intentional. You get a premium charge for buying in bulk, and it's stupid. We hate it. We've complained about it. But that's how it is almost everything. Your regular mats, your ISO, yeah. But you essentially pay a premium for that. Let's check where my amalgam's at, because I don't think I've upgraded my amalgam in a while. My amalgam is tier 4, and could I? No, I do not have enough. I am just shy of taking it to tier 5. I am just shy of taking it to tier 5. Oh, Billy, on a bonus refinery, I pull the biggest I can pull. I pull the biggest I can pull. But I've got 9,000. Actually, let me run a quick math. I'm close here. So 1381 divide, subtract 9360 leaves me with 445, and I need, man, I'm literally like 230 away from going to a tier 5 amalgam. Wow. I'm literally 250 away from a tier 5 amalgam. Now we can do it. Now we can do it. At what ops level would you say you'd absolutely need the amalgam and the sarcophagus? Ops level, you need the amalgam as soon as it comes out. Absolute level, you need the sarcophagus is literally never. The sarcophagus is never needed. It is a piece of crap. A piece of crap. Even with cloaking. I know DJ feels like cloaking made it viable. Piece of crap. I would literally rather micromanage so many other ships. So many other ships. So it doesn't cost a lot of rares. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead. I mean, whatever. I got a bonus refinery right now. Why do I care? Tier up. And we'll use our speed ups. Because we have speed ups. Thanks to our disco. Do your disco refinery every day once you get that Joker max. And that is so nice. So nice. All right, there's our tier 5 amalgam. And now the big grind starts with the 4-star. There we go. There's our warp range. And that would take us to warp 105. Sarko's a great opinion on surfer. I guess. It's a piece of crap. Mathematically, it is a piece of crap. Mathematically, it is a terrible ship. It is a terrible resource sink. Very little use. Can't stand the thing. If you want to get it and get cloaking on it, yeah, I mean, you can make it work. But I hate ships that you have to make work. I just want them to be good. I hate that daggum thing. Loroma says cloaking helps get it to the node, but I agree the snuffle pugus is a waste of resources. Agreed. Well, Brandon, yeah, so on a node, sure, it works. But here's the thing. Sarcophaguses that aren't maxed are pretty damn squishy. Even on a node, a 3-star epic can wipe a Sark. To max out a Sark, you're going to need 865,000 4-star uncommon battleship parts, 40.8 thousand. These are the raw numbers, by the way. Uncommon 3-star ore, 10,000 3-star uncommon crystal, 11.8 thousand rare 3-star ore, 2.9 thousand rare 3-star to go along with 934,000 uranium. And then, of course, your memorial flags that you need to get for it, not counting the titanium, which is over 3 billion. Those are raw cost efficiency. You can make that better. Is all of that worth it? In my opinion, a big fat no. That's just my opinion. Even if you only want to take it to tier 9, by the way, tier 9 is still going to run you 18,000 3-star ore, 4,500 3-star crystal, like 3,600 rare, or still not worth it. Even if I only took it to tier 9. Like, even if I didn't go to the uppity-uppities where the 4-star starts kicking in, it's not worth it to me. Having the complaints and feedback this arc affected any plan for the next arc? Nothing that I can answer at this moment. Nothing that I can answer at this moment. Wait, why did I put... I'm not going to grind with you. I'm grind with my auger. What's up, Wolf? I just got a favor for ramen. Is it worth spending credits to get the Legionary? The only reason to get the Legionary at level 26, in my opinion, is to get it to run your cloaking daily. So it would be tier 1, level 1. I don't really encourage leveling it up because it's not going to be a very strong ship. And you get better efficiencies later on to make it cheaper. Yeah, News, good point. I just leveled up my amalgam, so I should be able to pull again, and I am. So pull again. Still got the worst refinery option on my amalgam, but I did get more parts. Good reminder there, News. Anytime you upgrade, you're generally going to have reset timers. And I can do 1 pull now. I can do 2 pulls now thanks to that. Let's see what we get. 1 wharf shard. Yay. I always get the worst possible pulls on this damn thing. Oh, I got 2. You're real funny, Scopely. Yeah, I really don't like the amalgam refinery, except for the exo comps. I do love the exo comps for rep grinding. Can you ask for more payout from Disco and Cerise refineries the last 7 days? Cryo, it is designed to last exactly how it lasts. And I don't think they'll move off of that number. But we can ask. You can ask in the dev Q&A that I will be sending in today. Yeah, exactly, Brad. Like, they heard me talk trash. Oh, you don't like getting 1 shard? Let me give you 2. Frickin' Scopely, man. Frickin' Scopely. Frickin' Scopely. Sucks that the coffin ship looks so cool but sucks so bad. Accurate. Yeah, no problem, Otaku. Happy to have helped. Let me go. Nope. I want that. Boop. Well, he launched it for me. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Which channel can I ask for Dev Q&A? The one that, Billy, the one that says June Q&A. I don't know if you've added the Star Trek Fleet Command role. Add the Star Trek Fleet Command role, though, or ask one of the moderators to help you out, and you can access the channels. But it's called June Dev Q&A. June Dev Q&A. Also, whoever just joined this name Corgi, I love you because I love corgis. I love corgis. So they upgraded the monthly resource pack and then pulled it from the store. Well, Q, it's the 15th of June. So generally that pack stays about sometimes a week before June and then 2 weeks into the month. It usually disappears in the middle of the month. That's pretty normal. Well, Wolfwood, somebody joined that's named Corgi, and I love corgis. My family actually has a lot of corgis. Which ship officer combination gets you good critical damage? For PvP or PvE? For PvP, Honor Guard Wharf with just about any of the Hull Breach crew like Lorca or Gorkon. Can you scrap something for 4-star epics? Nope. Nope. Nice win. Nice. We love corgis. I love corgis anyway. Everybody should love corgis. Corgis are one of the most lovable breeds on the planet. Corgis are amazing. I love corgis. PvE is what you asked about? Well, I guess then the question is, are you just running for armadas? Because PvE, you're typically not going to run a critical build. But if you're running for armadas, then you would do something like Gorkon / Lorca Khan. Now remember, in an armada, only one person needs to bring Hull Breach. So if you have 6 people, only one person needs to bring Gorkon. Only one. Only one. Is there any quick way for me to get 3-star survey parts at Ops 20? I don't have the lat to buy them. There is not a quick way to do that. You can go grind hostiles, but it's not going to be quick. John, 2 points. 1, yes, DS9 is coming. And 2, most people aren't suffering from New Trek. Most people like it. So, most people like it. Oh, for the heavy hitter event? Yeah, I ignored this the last time around. Depends on what crews you're running. Like you can run the Vidar with a Borg crew. There's a crew for with the Borg that allows you to get more crits in. If you go in officer, do sort by group. There's just a couple of tips you can do. Now keep in mind that this is going to fight the collective, increases the chance of dealing a critical hit by 10%. Now this is going to cost you transwarp tokens, but if you have transwarp tokens saved up, running a full synergy crew with 8 of 11 as captain against Borg is going to give you really high critical chance. That's a crew that you can run. Then with that, you could also run 5 of 11 con, and then a anti weapon officer, and hit big hostiles. Another way that you would do this is like the separatist bosses in like Perleon. You need to go for ones that are going to have long fights though, because you need those rounds to actually kick off. So, you know, going with a smaller ship with a crew loadout and then hitting one of these separatist bosses, which have got decent amount of hull health. See the hull health they have here? A couple different tactics you can run there. The Exo Comp is inside the Amalgam Refinery, and here there's a problem with getting shot, mostly because after 2 or 3 of those, what are y'all talking about? What about versus Saladin? You talking about PvP critical crew? Vidar with Gorkon, Kurla, Azabur, and kill lower level Borg probes. You get 6 to 18 million points. That can work. Yeah, I mean, that can work. I wouldn't really want to run Az there because Az is trash, but I mean, it work in that specific instance, yeah. As Jason points out, using your Stella, yeah, especially if you've got the research versus Eclipse, is another easy way to get those in. And no, Brad, nobody's gotten those rewards yet. We're still waiting on the good overlords of Star Trek Fleet Command to do that. So, I ran 8 as Captain 9 and 5 last week and took first in heavy hitter using only 6 Borg tokens and scoring about 5 billion points. That's why I tried to point out the Vidar. The Vidar versus the Borg probes is a really good way to rack up points. Yeah. But now that I've said it, may the odds be ever in your favor. What are your thoughts on the treasury pack? That's obviously going to depend on the server and where you're at. My treasury pack's fantastic. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but value, it's there. It is my it is my interceptor pack on steroids. Am I going to buy it? Probably not, because money's tight right now. I'm about to have a baby, and it's going to cost, as we talked about, it's going to cost me about $7-ish grand to have the baby. So that's why we got the baby fund and everything. All my money's going to that. I'm not really dumping a lot of money in the game right now. I will do like 15 and 20 here and there. But yeah, I mean, mine has great value. So. You love the bonus refinery this week. Wish we could keep it. It'll help push me to Ops 40. Bill, the only thing I would say is I don't recommend going to Ops 40. I recommend going all the way to 42. There's literally nothing at Ops 40 or 41. So depending on where you're at level 39, both me and other content creators would suggest prepping for the long run, but that's up to you. There's literally nothing at 40 besides new brackets and more work. Yeah, the Vidar is one of those ships that I love that we can max almost immediately. Your treasury pack sucks. So your treasury pack, in terms of what you're going to see, is built on several different things: your level, your server, in terms of your server's age, your spending habits. There's a lot that goes into what you see in the lockbox. At Ops 40, you get 4-star in the Viz BP though. Oh, I'm aware of that, Edward. Is it worth it? In my opinion, 100% no. I have done the math. I have done all that. It is not worth it. And everybody who says that argument, I think, is being very short-sighted, because you're going to lose out on a lot of other things like leaderboards. That's just my opinion, though. Y'all can do whatever you want. Especially now with everything happening, camping at 39 is even more. And me and DJ are putting out a video soon. Like, we did a camping at 39. Nothing's changed. We're going to move it into camping at, you guessed it, 42. So my treasury pack is about 25% of yours, and I'm level 43. Not a fan of the different value based on your server. Lyle, once again, that could be something else. Like, you could be seeing the $50 pack. You know, I don't know. We'll have to see when you get your key offered to you, which one you're getting. You pushed Ops 36 to drop the hijack ships from Epic Chest to help source my G3 Epics better. I understand that logic. Robert says, take it from a whale. Stay at 39 until you can jump to 42 in one fell swoop. Save it for spin events to make it worthwhile. That's what I would say, but there's more than one way to play this game. My way is not the only way or the right way. I'm just trying to help y'all have more fun and be efficient. I had Warp 50 with Cadet Scotty and Grush level 25 with your Max Vidar. That's pretty daggum good, DJ, being level 25. After tearing up the amalgam, pull the next chest. I did that, Zen. Thank you. Yeah, News was very kind enough to remind me of that, because sometimes I forget. So it's good of him to remind me of that. May not be the only way, but it's the right way. Well, I appreciate you agreeing. In your level 29 goals, you mentioned having 3 build par, 1 build try. Is that including tokens? That is including tokens, Labyrinth, yeah. Because that'll roughly get you to the next level you're looking at. Why does my sale have an icon on it? What? You didn't add a pack? And like I would spend $100 to get part of Reginald Barkley. Like, oh my goodness. You are out of your daggum mind. The jump from 39 to 42 is extremely difficult for a lot of players, as the common and uncommon 4G costs are significant. Unless you are buying packs, you don't have many Ops 39 uncommon sourcing options. Yes, you do. Scrapping those 3-star ships there, buddy. And also maxing out your efficiency researches, which is something that a lot of people don't do, which is why you want to sit there, because there's so many efficiency researches at 39 in the Stella tree, the territory tree. You want to max those bad boys out, and that will make a massive difference in your jump. You'll literally save yourself thousands. Not to mention level 39, you have 2 events that pay out 4-star materials, the ISS Jelly Brawl and Parabellum, which actually give you the main materials that you need to upgrade. The icons for your daily resource pack. I've already done my daily resource pack full, I thought. Oh, you're right, never mind. Because I haven't bought June, but I still got some maize laying around. So good eye, y'all, good eye. Good eye. Good eye. Why is the option to buy a monthly bonus pack not there for me anymore? I used to buy them every month. Michael, the elite pack, it's the middle of the month, and usually they start disappearing around the middle of the month. Usually they start disappearing around the middle of the month. So it's the 15th of June. Well, Corey, we've talked about it in a couple of the live streams that we randomly have refresh tokens again, but that's because we have a couple of events for that. Is the Strange New World Medal of Honor pack a good value? Oh, how do I word this without getting in trouble? Okay. So for me, no. Let me explain why. For me, I'm just gonna give you why for me, no. Y'all can make whatever decision you want. Let's go back over these packs we keep talking about. Scroll. So let's just take a look at like this one. Look at the amount of uncommons I get for $100. Okay, I'm getting 7,000, 4,000 rares, epics, etc. I know server ages, etc. depending on what you're getting. You saw all that I got for $100. Now what I'm going to get here is I get half that. Only one type, by the way, crystal. Half that, and then RNG. So I am buying 8,800 Strange New World random number generator credits. I don't know what these are going to turn into. Now, I have no problem with the Strange New World box. And if you're one of those lucky people, who pops in to this box and you get the 55 Pike and you get the 25 Katinga or whatever ship that is shown for you, then yeah, it was worth it. But you know what's going to happen to Rev? Rev's going to get 1 Valdor. Rev's going to get 3 Leons. Rev's going to get 6 Spocks, and then a 3 Spock, and then a 3 regular Pike. Ripper says they got 25 NA. Then hey, it worked for you. It ain't going to work for me. I know my RNG. For me, that's not worth it. You got a 5% chance, 5% to get that 25. And if you hit it, it works for you. If you hit it, a 5% chance of a 50% chance, if you get it. I've pulled the 2 free ones so far and I've gotten no ship blueprints. But if you get the 5% of the 50%, then yes, it's worth it. In my opinion, that math, you might as well just go spend that money on scratch offs at the gas station, to be completely real with you. That's what I would say. Y'all do whatever you want. I'm not going to buy it. I don't like paying for RNG. I like paying for guarantees. That's why I like the battle pass. That's why I like the elite monthly pack. I like paying for guarantees. I don't like paying for RNG. That's just me. So Rev will buy Galactic Armada packs. Rev will buy battle passes. Rev will not buy your flavor of the month officer pack. Yeah, Ripper, I agree. Most of the packs in this game are not RNG packs, which are basically, they're dangerously close to loot boxes, which are illegal in many countries. They're dangerously close. So I'm not going to buy those, but it's whatever. You got regular Pike and regular Spock so far? Yeah, exactly. Like, screw me paying $100 to get that. No, thank you. At what point do you stop building Envoys, Talos, Tourists, and Fenders for solo reason of scrapping max level? Well, Dennis, I am level 42. Look what I'm doing above. Because I can't constantly be doing D3s and everything because it's still, 3-star, I can get it, but I can't be doing it all the time. Still doing it. Still do it to this day. To this day. In my opinion, if you want to be the best player that you can be in this game, you should be scrapping something at all times, whether it's a Stella, a level 26 factor ship, or even the 2-star ships. If you just got something laying around, 2-star. Like if you can't do your D3 and you can't do your Stella, bloop, keep doing it. Do you think free-to-play will ever have a chance to get more involved in officer acquisition in the other months of this arc? Potentially, yes. Potentially, yes. All right, let's see. Did we launch another? All right. Do they offer the Galactic Armada pack multiple times in a month or just once? It varies, generally based on when we're having Armada-based events. And the Galactic Armada pack, if you're an alliance of those Armadas, has a lot of value. It's basically taking these 2 packs right here and combining them for one price. So I love the Galactic Armada pack. What locations drop more 2-star BPs if you're going to go back and do that? Basically any of the 2-star systems in the independent space. So if you just grind random hostiles in here, you're going to get them. Is level 25 a good place to camp? Yes, Daniel. I think so. Scrappy D3 versus salad and which and why? For me, every time it's going to be a salad. It's more efficient. You're getting more bang for your buck. It takes less time. And you're getting more actual 3-star turning into 4-star. So it's a better value. Now, if you just need the biggest bang and like you're not using your Bortus anymore, I guess you can scrap it. But I'm not scrapping my Bortus interior in a salad. I'm just going to keep building D3s, Mayflowers, and Legionaries because it's the most cost-effective way for me to get materials. Level 17 Separatist systems are a great 2-star BP ground system. Agreed. The Separatist systems early on are great for a lot of things. They seem to drop a little bit better relocation tokens, a little bit more officer XP, and the BP seem to drop out pretty regularly there. Good to see you, Godfather Triple. By the way, for those who are on the Twitch, tonight I'm planning, it's not 100% set in stone, but I'm planning, if everything's fine with the family and the babies, I'm going to go live. Usually we go live at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. I'm probably going to go live around 5 p.m. because I'm going to be doing some Diablo streaming and then getting into Star Trek Fleet Command. So if you want to come check out that game we've been playing, feel free. I think you said that backwards. You said you scrapped the salad. Did I? Well, if I did, course correct. It's more efficient to continually scrap the D3s, the level 26s. If I did that, flip it. But yeah, Ripper, I know that you went on a tirade about Diablo, but I'm loving it, dude. I'm having a fantastic time. Absolutely fantastic time. But yeah. I have several extra level 28 ships from grinding and no BPs for the 26s. Does that make it worth maxing and scrapping at 28? 828. To me, no, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't. I mean, I can build more 28s and stuff as well. It doesn't make it worth it to me. Just because they're not as efficient to scrap. You're not getting as much for your resource investment and your time. So, man, I can build another salad. I could build another D4 if I wanted to. But no, it doesn't make it worth it. This company behind it, NetEase. You hate NetEase, you hate Blizzard. Oh, hey, it's Trader. Hey, Trader. Did you say you had a 42 versus 43 camping video award? Yeah, I am. The main reason, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to have to watch the video. But there's a reason I'm picking 42 over 43. So, Ripper hates NetEase. I mean, having worked with NetEase, I don't hate them, but yeah. Best base, time-based ROI is the 34 epics. Best resource-based ROI is the 26. Yeah, not a lot of people, except for high spenders, are going to be building and scrapping the 34s at this point. The 28s are basically, if you happen to have them, go for it. But how's my leaderboard success at Ops 42? Pretty good, actually. They sent their lawyers after me, so I had to pay one. Oh, no wonder you're upset. Tisk tisk, Gripper. I didn't know this story. You've never told me this story. Ooh. Bad Ripper. I can understand now. Scopa should pay for the birth of your baby for all the effort you do. Well, funny enough you say that. One of the employees actually asked me yesterday, hey, is there anything I can do? Saw your post in the Discord, etc. I was like, yeah, you could send me a check for $7 grand to pay for the birth of the baby and everything. And they're like, I don't think we can do that. And I was like, I know. Cool. But I did ask. But yeah, they were like, yeah, we're not giving you any money. You're not getting any money. Here's my idea. New research. Tractor beam PvP. Winner drags the whole of the loser to his base for scrapping. That's hilarious. Would never happen, but hilarious. Yeah, Tube's right. I mean, because the 26s are so cheap, it doesn't matter that you can't grind them. Yeah, it does never hurt to ask. I mean, you know, when it comes to donations and stuff, I ask y'all. I mean, if y'all want to donate to the house fund, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, there's several ways to do it. Several ways to do it. There's the donate links if y'all want to. It all goes to my kids. I feel like as a content creator, I'm extremely transparent about how much I make and where the money goes. So, yes, Unseated Monkey. I'm from the USA. I have to pay to have a baby. It's going to cost about $7,000 US. Yeah. Welcome to America. Freedom! Yay! Yep. Yep. And yes, before you ask, I do have insurance. Head into work, be good, Rev. I'll watch the video later to recap anything I missed. Nice. I'm glad you're here, Brad. Had a great time. Enjoy everybody being here. By the way, if you are here, smash the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel. Maybe they can give you some new research packs to help with the baby. Hell yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll actually release creator codes that I could use. Will they do the Galactic Armada pack again this month? So Triax, I can ask for it. There have been times that I've asked for them to release that pack and they have. So the next time we run an Armada event and they don't run it, I can ask for you. Freedom, liberty, and give us money. Gotta love it. I love it. Has anyone sent you a video of the Risa race yet? No, Meta. Nobody has sent me the video of the Risa race. Maybe nobody's going to do it. Yeah. Never knew you had to pay for the baby in the U.S.? Any cooler? Did you think I just had this up here for the hell of it? Like I'm secretly like messing with y'all. Do y'all want to see some of the baby bills that I have? Like I can show y'all the actual receipts. I'm not pulling your leg. It literally is for the birth of the baby. This is not secretly like get Rev Deuce a 4-wheeler fund and say it's for the baby. This is legitimate. I gotta have a baby. Yeah. Are we getting a compensation chest for the differences on the Galaxy Research Pack if we bought it before the update? Yes, Ingok. So they are going to do that. They're going to do that individually and add it all together. So yes, they are. I don't know if you saw that announcement. If you have more questions, you can hit me up on Discord. Do they come and take your baby if you don't pay? No, but they do send collections after you. I will pay for your baby if you give a baby a tattoo of my name. Ripper, I'll give him a temporary tattoo, but I'm not going to put needles in my baby's skin. I'm sorry. I'd actually lose my baby if I did that. Will the California event still spawn if I have enough BPs? Yes. So the California event is designed to give you exactly 100 BPs for the Cerritos. The event is. So if you had 50 from a battle pass or something, then you'll still get the California event even afterwards. And I've been getting hit with more of these spam bots. Nobody else know it could be our little secret. Except people would see it, Ripper. Ripper, you rich young German. Just pay for my baby. Does the California class SMS event remain? Frozen, I just answered that, so I assume you heard it. The baby racket is the biggest racket ever. No lies told, which is why, I'm that content creator who's like, yo, $10, $20, everything helps out. I know everybody has PayPal, Venmo, Cash App these days, so if you want to help out, it's greatly appreciated. If you don't, and you get annoyed by the fact that content creators ask, well, ignore the past 30 seconds. Are we getting a compensation chest? Am I getting double posted? Like 2 of these I just asked. I just answered. Yes. Yes, you are. Is the Spock officer pack going to be in the Scopely store again before the end of the arc? I do not know. I do not know. As a doctor, even I hate how much things in healthcare cost in the U.S. Well, thank you, Brendan, for sympathizing with me. Still paying for my wife's last miscarriage. It stinks. It does. Yeah. The wedding racket's the biggest racket? No, it's not, John. I've gone through the wedding racket. Babies and medical are way worse than weddings. Like, not even close. I've done that. I've done that. Like, yeah, weddings are pricey, but it has nothing on medicine. Medicine will literally give you bills that you cannot pay off in your lifetime. Come to Romania, having a baby is free. You even get a free gift basket. Marius, if you pay for me to move everything to Romania and give me good internet, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. I'll sell my home and move to Romania. You'll have to teach me to speak Romanian, though. Any idea why the mission they referred to Spock as ensign while the show Spock is lieutenant? Oh. Senior care is the biggest racket, but that's an extension of medicine. Senior care is also ridiculous. My wife worked in that for a while. Move to England. You already speak English. I have no problem with England. I could live there. So look, I live in the UK. More power to you. You'll have to speak Romanian. I still would like to speak Romanian. So fun fact about Rev, I love linguistics. So the little bit of French I speak, a little bit of German I speak. I've always wanted to learn Mandarin because of the difficulty of it. I would want to learn Romanian. In every country where you think your baby is free, you pay at least 20% more taxes than we do here in the States, and sometimes as high as 40% more. That is why the services are free. I'll be honest, Hooded, I would rather that exist. 100% rather. I think that America's idea of taxes and fair is ridiculous. I really do. And as an independent contractor, I pay higher taxes than basically everybody out there anyway. So I already pay stupid high taxes. Independent contractor self-employment taxes are insane in the US. So I already pay that level of tax. So And I know everybody's gonna say, well, it's a career you chose. Sure, but you know, I already pay that level of tax and then have to pay for the babies. So it's rough. Burrow probably pays more in the US than he would in most other countries because of that. It's very possible. You still pay more per capita for healthcare in the US than any other country on the planet, so clearly not working. Ripper, no argument here. Joel already write off everything and I still pay a lot in taxes. The percentage is extremely high. I'll just put it that way. Russ says, doesn't matter what it's for, give Rev money. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. You don't have to, but I definitely appreciate it. Would you pay for a second repair queue? No, I would not. Free market healthcare is a mistake. No argument exists that can say otherwise. All right, well, let's not get into politics, whether I agree or disagree. Let's try to keep it Star Trek Fleet Command. If I give Rev money I don't eat, well, it's okay, Stormtrooper, you don't have to eat. Think of the children. Yeah. My only hope is a student loan forgiveness program. $275,000 will never get paid off otherwise. And you're a doctor. Yep. And they think that doctors are all loaded with money these days. You're a fat guy? Same. All right, y'all. I am going to go ahead and hit up the wrap. So if y'all want to check out later, hit up the Discord. I will be live on Twitch, potentially longer than usual tonight. So come check it out. And maybe even I'll let Ripper come in for 10 minutes to talk about the evils of NetEase. Maybe I'll let him come in and talk about the evils of NetEase. Y'all been amazing. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for giving me your opinions. If y'all want to share that link out with your Discords to get an idea on what people are thinking about, what Eco's doing, and what the game's doing to try to make, placate y'all. Well, y'all feel free to drop that in. I appreciate y'all. As always, y'all are amazing. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with their Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one, which will be tonight, and more videos coming out, of course. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.